Hello everyone. Plums are a very common fruit. Today, let's take a look at a leaf disease of plum trees, plum red spot. In early July, when plums are picked in the orchard, we will see some leaves with yellow round spots, which are often mistaken for a rust disease. Indeed, it is somewhat similar to pear rust. In fact, this disease is called red spot disease, also known as red spot disease, which is a major disease of plum trees. Its name is derived from small dark red dots on the spot that we will identify in the symptom section. The disease is mainly caused by leaves and fruit. The disease leaf rate of seriously damaged orchards can be as high as more than 70%, which can cause early defoliation, weaken photosynthesis, make tree more fragile, seriously affect the yield and quality of fruits, and damage the economic interests of fruit farmers. At present, the disease is distributed in the plum planting areas in the south and north of China, with the most serious disease in the northeast. In recent years, in Sichuan and Chongqing, it has occurred frequently and seriously in many orchards. For example, in early July 2019, we received relevant information from Guangyuan, Guangzhou, Kaizhou, Fengji, and other districts and counties on the occurrence of the disease, which is generally serious. Next, let's talk about the symptoms, pathogens and symptoms, infection cycle, occurrence conditions, and prevention and control of the disease. First, identify the symptoms of plum red spot, and the symptoms on the leaves are as follows. At the initial stage, small round spots appear on the leaf surface, orange, yellow, slightly raised, with clear margins. In the middle and late stages, the spots enlarge, round or oval, and the color gradually deepens to reddish-black in the middle and orange-red at the edge. The front of the spot is slightly sunken, thickened, and raised to the back, and the whole leaf rolls longitudinally to the leaf surface. Finally, the spots are necrotic and become dark brown. In severe cases, multiple large and round spots are distributed across leaves, which wither, curl, and fall off early. In fact, the disease has already begun to occur during the leaf-spreading stage in spring. Generally, the damage is mild, but sometimes it is serious, and people will begin to be concerned only in the middle and late stages. When the fruit is infected, slightly raised round patches will also appear on the fruit surface, but the edges are not obvious, changing from orange-red to reddish-black, with many dark red dots scattered in the middle. Deformed fruits are often formed and fall off early. 2. Let's learn about the pathogen and symptoms of plum red spot. The pathogen is Polystigma rubrum, which belongs to Ascomycetina and Polystigma. In July and August, the diseased spots on the leaves and fruits produce dense and scattered dark red dots, which are the pycnidium of the pathogen. From October to November, the pathogen continues to produce perithecia on the back of the fallen leaves or on the fallen fruits, which are black dots when they become mature. The disease starts from the leaf development stage in March and continues to fall in mid-September, with a long course of disease. Note that macula appearing on the surface of plum trees are easily misdiagnosed as rust. The similarities between plum red spot and pear rust include yellow or orange spots on the leaf surface, late depression, bulging to the back of the leaf, and small spots on the spots. You can distinguish from these aspects: host, time of onset, symptoms of leaves and back of leaves, etc. The rust disease damages pears and apples in the Malloidea. The disease occurs from March to May, and small black spots are produced on the leaves, followed by whiskers on the back of leaves. Plum red spot damages plum trees, occurs from March to September, and typical symptoms begin to appear in July, later than pear rust. Small red dots appear on the leaf surface, and then small black dots appear on the back of the fallen leaves, without whiskers. 3. Next, let's see how plum red spot occurs and develops. The pathogen overwinters as perithecium lurks on diseased fallen leaves and fruits, and produces ascospores in the flowering stage of plums in the spring of the following year. It spreads with wind and rain, initially infects leaves and fruits, causing plum red spot in the current year. In midsummer and late autumn and early winter, pycnidium and perithecium are produced respectively, and the conidia have no infection effect. The pathogen finally overwinters as perithecium. The above is the cyclic process of plum red spot. Do you understand how many times it is infected a year? Yes, it has only one infection, just like peach leaf curl and pear rust. Please think about how to effectively prevent and control plum red spot. We'll talk about it later. So, what conditions are suitable for the occurrence of plum red spot? The disease is usually severe in rainy climates. For example, from June to early July 2019, Sichuan and Chongqing had many rainy days, so plum red spot peaked in early July. In addition, the disease is also serious in orchards with poor ventilation and light transmission and prone to water accumulation. Okay, let's summarize the key points of prevention and control of plum red spot. By understanding the infection cycle and occurrence conditions of the disease, the prevention and control measures of the disease are as follows. 1. Reduce the base of overwintering pathogen sources. Clean the diseased leaves and fruits in the orchard and bring them out for destruction. 2. Spray chemicals before germination, which are all effective prevention and control measures. Okay, now I will summarize several key points of plum red spot so as to facilitate your extended study after class. 1. Symptoms of plum red spot. Focus on understanding the spots on leaves and fruits. In the early and middle stages, the spots are yellow to orange-red and can produce dark red spots. 2. The pathogen is fungi and can produce conidia and ascospores. 3. Rainy climate is the most favorable condition for the outset of the disease. 4. The disease has a long course from March to September. The infection occurs in early March. Conidia are produced in July and August. Peritheciums are produced in October and November, and they overwinter on fallen leaves and fruits. Therefore, the key to the prevention and control of the disease is to remove fallen leaves and fruits to reduce overwintering pathogen sources. Please summarize the relevant knowledge points after class, focusing on the diagnosis points and occurrence rules of plum red spot. At the same time, students should complete the following assignments. 1. Prepare a comprehensive control plan for plum red spot in combination with the actual production of local plum gardens. 2. Compare the symptoms of plum red spot and pear rust. Okay, that's the end of the class. See you next time.